You know what, Cameron? I'm still heated from the last episode. Just ranting about the Leafs got my blood boiling, you know? And now Craig's our recording software.
We don't want to talk about the Leafs right now. We want to talk about some future playoff hockey.
Playoff push.
Let's start within 2 weeks, right?
Cameron, let's talk about some playoffs here. Let's talk about the playoff push.
Talk about some playoffs, Tyler.
Oh, I love playoffs.
It sucks that your team won't be in next year.
Bitch, what?
You always gonna make fun of everyone's team. That's like a tradition here.
Oh, we are not cutting that out.
So, anyways,
it's what?
the playoffs.
All right, Tyler, and your team won't make it past the first round for the next 5, so capiche?
Oh, man. There is some fighting going on here on the podcast, but let's keep going.
Doesn't matter either way. So anyways, so going into the playoffs, I would play Tampa if it started today. Boston, Toronto, obviously, and then we've got Washington, Carolina, Islanders, Penguins.
Those would
Tampa.
Those are going to be such entertaining series.
I like Tampa, Montreal.
The Tampa Montreal
standings are right now would be Tampa, Columbus, because Columbus is going to win tonight. They have more regulation overtime wins than Montreal, so
that's true.
But it doesn't matter. Either one of those series would be so entertaining.
I still think Tampa loses to either or.
I'd say they could lose. The only team that I think they could lose to, and I know you're probably going to think I am really, really, really crazy, but Montreal.
I think they could lose to Pittsburgh if they ended up playing them.
I think Tampa could lose to Montreal.
You know what? I'm going to be honest here. I think Tampa could also lose to Montreal. It's going to be a battle of the goalies again. Just like we said in the OHL episode, Cameron. It's like Luukkonen and DiPietro. It's going to be Price and Vasilevsky. And then you've got Drouin versus Stamkos. You've got Weber versus Hedman. You've got Domi versus whoever, Kucherov. This is going to be tough.
Domi versus Stamkos.
This is going to be tough. I think personally, if it was going up against, if it was going to be Tampa and Montreal, obviously Tampa's going to lose. I think that Montreal's just got them by the throat at this point.
Yeah.
Now moving on to Washington and Carolina. The Hurricanes will take it out from the Capitals, I think. So anyways, as I was saying, a Washington and Carolina series, I think the Hurricanes would take it out from under them. If Mrazek plays as good as he has in the regular season, and if that team sticks together like they always have, if Dougie Hamilton plays to his best, Carolina's ripping it out of Washington's hands.
I agree with you. I honestly really agree with you. They're just a much more stronger team.
And you know what? Honestly, I think that Carolina is actually, they could be a force to be reckoned with here. And this has not been like that since the 06 playoffs. It's been pretty crazy.
I still think Washington will beat Carolina if that's how it ends up.
Right? And yeah, I mean, you can't count out Ovechkin, Ryan. Ovi Backstrom, Tom Wilson of all. Oh, Tom Wilson. Man, I want to go on an angry rant about him. Tom Wilson. They need to make the Rat Squad. They honestly need to make the Rat Squad. Tom Wilson, Brad Marchand, Cam Neely. Oh, yeah. That would be the top line.
Don't forget Matthew Tkachuk.
Yep, Matthew Tkachuk.
And
yeah, Matthew Tkachuk. Either way, that's the Rat Squad. Boston, Toronto, pretty obvious. I think it's going to go, as much as I hate to say it, if the Leafs keep playing the way that they do, it's going to be Boston in 6.
I agree.
And that's just enough said about that. We've ranted about the Leafs and the Bruins too many times. And the Penguins and the Islanders. Interesting series. Let's let Gatto take this one.
Penguins in 6.
Penguins versus Islanders. I think the Penguins will win in 5. I don't think the Islanders have enough playoff experience. Fuck!
Honestly, I don't think the Penguins will win in 5. I don't think Ryan is underestimating the Islanders this season.
I don't know.
I think
Ryan,
he really
what do you
is. You know, sometimes you never know.
I don't know. Ryan, do you think if the Penguins do stay healthy, they have a chance of beating the Islanders? Because right now, if
the Penguins do stay healthy, yes, they will get past the Islanders. But if they don't, no.
Even if they don't stay healthy, they'll still beat the Islanders. They beat them down.
I don't think
Malkin and Kang.
I don't think they will.
Either way, I think you know what if
They just have it. It's just Barry Trotz knows the Penguins very well, and I think that's what could.
I think it's going to be a 7-game series.
Downfall.
And the Penguins know how Barry Trotz likes to run his team.
And I think that. Oh yeah, you're sounding a lot better, by the way, Ryan. Anyways, yeah, but I think it's going to go to a 7-game series.
I think it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 7-game series. But
I think Pittsburgh still wins.
But yes. Do I think the Islanders will win? No. I do not think the Islanders will win. But they will.
Should we do our? We'll save that for the end of the episode, or we'll save that for the end of the segment.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna write down who we have winning each series, and then we can go from there.
So pretty much right now, I have Washington over.
Okay, here, let's move on to the West first.
Carolina.
But we've got right now Winnipeg would be versus Colorado, absolutely. Calgary would be versus Dallas, Nashville, St. Louis, and then San Jose, Vegas.
Did you just say Colorado and somebody? You did not say Calgary.
Oh, Colorado and Winnipeg. That's what I said. By the way, the Bart Allen crew. Yeah, Jesse and Luca are going to be thrilled about that one if Colorado and Winnipeg if they're in the playoffs.
Yes,
that's going to be a series war right there. Yes. But yeah, so I think personally, if Winnipeg went to Colorado, it would be a 6-game series. Winnipeg goes 1-2-3 out. They're going to kick Colorado's ass. That's an easy win for the Jets.
I'm taking Winnipeg. Yep.
Easy win for the Jets.
I'll take Winnipeg.
Nashville, St. Louis. I'm telling you, if Binnington plays hot, they're going on to round 2. I don't see Nashville winning that series.
Right now, no, I do not see Nashville in that series either.
I got St. Louis.
I have St. Louis as well.
I got the Blues. I got the Blues taking it.
Got my Blues in Missouri taking it.
And the Sharks and the Golden Knights. Oh my God. What a series that would be.
What a fitting series. But I think as much as I hate to say this, Tyler, it's going to be deja vu.
Deja vu.
You got the Knights beating the Sharks?
I got the Knights beating the Sharks.
I'm going to go on record and say this. I have the Sharks beating the Knights. To me, it's just there's no way in hell that San Jose is going to choke it away like that, especially with Erik Karlsson. Timo Meier's been putting up a career year. You know, Brent Burns has been holding it down on the blue line. Vlasic's been doing really, really well. Martin Jones has been the king of the cage. There's no way that San Jose is going to lose this.
You never know because Fleury, though, they got Fleury. The man with loads of playoff
one of the most inconsistent playoff goalies, you mean?
Really isn't.
Oh, he's really not, Ryan.
It's super consistent.
Did 2010 to 2016 with the Penguins just not exist?
That's one season. That's one
6 seasons.
He's not inconsistent for 6 seasons.
Either way,
I still remember Thomasville couldn't carry us to the 2013 playoffs.
Oh man, Thomas Vokoun.
I don't care. Fleury is still a good goalie. I don't care.
Absolutely. So now we move on to the Calgary Dallas. We move on to the Calgary Dallas series. Calgary's taking it in 5.
Calgary's taking it. It's Calgary. It's Calgary.
It's going to be Flames in 5. Bishop's just not a playoff goalie anymore.
That Calgary team is just clicking on so many levels. That team it's great. It's great. I love how Bill Peters has built this team. This team. I love how their GM. I forget their name honestly, but
Brad
Treliving. Yeah, I'm glad. He built this team. He really built this team. He brought in Bill Peters, and he recruited in Elias Lindholm and Noah Hannafin. Those guys have just been big pieces to the puzzle. And Elias Lindholm, career year in his first year with the Flames.
And may I remind you, there's 5 players who have scored 70+ points on that team.
That first line is deadly. Deadly.
It's going to be interesting to see. I'm really hoping that Calgary will win it. Either way.
So we're going to start off with Tyler's second round.
Okay, my second round is going to go a little bit like this. I've got Montreal over Tampa. And it's going to go Montreal, and I'm going to be honest here. It's going to go Montreal, Toronto.
Hey?
So it's going to be Montreal, Toronto. I think that the Leafs are going to somehow, with some little bit of luck, pull it out. So it's going to be Montreal, Toronto. Then it's going to be Carolina, Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Winnipeg and St. Louis.
Yep.
Then I think it's going to be Calgary and San Jose.
They have taken those 3 series.
In those series, I've got the Leafs making it past Montreal.
Yep.
I always have. I've got Pittsburgh winning over Carolina.
Yep.
I've got Winnipeg taking it against St. Louis. I've got Calgary taking Vegas. Calgary taking San Jose. And each of those, in the conference finals, I got Toronto taking it in 7. Got Calgary taking Winnipeg in 6. So it's going to be Toronto, Calgary in the finals, I think.
You know what? We'll get to the finals. We'll get to the finals last.
Here. You know what? It's going to be, if it was Toronto, Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh would win in 7. It would be Pittsburgh and Calgary in the finals.
Right, and we'll get to the finals last. So in my bracket, you've got Tampa Bay and Boston. You've got Pittsburgh, Washington. Got Winnipeg and San Jose. We are Vegas.
Winnipeg plays the Central.
Okay, so that would be St. Louis. Okay, so then it would be then my other one is Vegas, Calgary. So in those series, I'm going to say it's going to be deja vu of last year. Sorry, Boston fans. Tampa Bay is going to beat Boston in 5. I just don't see Boston really being a threat to Tampa Bay, especially in the playoffs. Yes, you may have got the upper hand of them sometime, most of the time in the season, but when it comes down to the playoffs, you're not getting past Tampa Bay. I'm sorry, Boston fans, but. And then Washington and Pittsburgh again. I'm going to say Pittsburgh gets revenge on the Washington Capitals last year. And then, for the West, I'm going to say I'm sorry, St. Louis fans, but Winnipeg over St. Louis in 6 games. Needs me to say that. I'd love to see St. Louis go far, but I don't think they're ready. And then Vegas and Calgary. I have Calgary taking it in 6 games. A heartfelt series, but I have Calgary taking it. In my Eastern Conference final, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh. It's never been more tougher than this. Ever been more tougher than this. Now, I want to say Pittsburgh, but just knowing, just with Tampa's team alone, it just doesn't compare. It really doesn't compare to any of most of the teams in the National Hockey League. So I'm going to say Tampa Bay takes it in 7 games. Say Tampa Bay takes it in 7 games. I know, but it's just a bracket. But it's just my prediction. Tampa Bay goes on to the Stanley Cup Finals to take on Calgary Flames, and it'll be a rematch of 2004. I'm taking Calgary in 7 games as well. Both conference finals games are gonna go to 7. And I'm taking Tampa Bay and Calgary in the Stanley Cup Finals. Ryan, how about your bracket?
Okay, so while everybody else was doing theirs, I made mine. I was writing it down with a Sharpie. So we're going to start out in the East. I've got Washington beating Carolina. I've got Pittsburgh beating the Islanders. I've got Tampa Bay beating Montreal or Columbus, whoever they play in that slot. Because between those two teams, it's a deadlock right now. And I've got Boston beating Toronto. And then we're going to go over to the West for the first round. I got St. Louis taking Nashville. Winnipeg beating Colorado. San Jose beating Vegas. I know I picked them last year and they lost to Vegas. And then Calgary beating Dallas, who is currently in that wild card spot. Going to move on to the second round in the West. I've got St. Louis beating Winnipeg. If Binnington can play the way he's been playing, they'll have no problem whatsoever to pass Winnipeg. And San Jose beating Calgary. Now going out to the East for round 2, I have Pittsburgh beating Washington and Tampa beating Boston. Now here's where it might look a little bit like that 15-16 playoffs. Pittsburgh versus Tampa Bay and San Jose versus St. Louis. I have San Jose beating St. Louis in 7 and Pittsburgh beating Tampa once again in 7. My Stanley Cup finals are Pittsburgh, San Jose, and Pittsburgh wins at home in 5.
Right, Tyler, what about your finals?
My finals, it's going to be Pittsburgh and Calgary. I think the Flames the Flames are going to take it in 7.
Calgary's year. All right.
Calgary's year.
And then for mine, Tampa Bay and Calgary. I'm going to say revenge for Calgary. Calgary's winning the Stanley Cup in 6 games, which it should have been in 2004. Revenge will be sweet. I can't wait to see Mark Giordano lift the Stanley Cup in Calgary.
Indeed. It's going to be fun to see. Well,
all deserved for them.
Cameron, we've got just a few minutes here to talk about something else, and I want to bring up the nominees for the Masterton Trophy. So far, the 3 that we've seen. And for those of you who don't know what the Bill Masterton Trophy is, it's basically the player who exemplifies the most perseverance, sportsmanship, and just dedication to ice hockey. So the 3 nominees that we've seen so far are from the Senators, Jean-Gabriel Pageau has been nominated for them. Zdeno Chara has been nominated from the Bruins, and from the Toronto Maple Leafs, Tyler Ennis earns a surprise nomination there.
I'm going to say right now, the winner of the Bill Masterton Trophy, Jean-Gabriel Pageau.
Think so?
I'd say Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Man came back from a torn Achilles or a torn ACL, I think it was, in only 5 months. That's dedication. Dedication.
All right, Ryan, what do you think?
I'm going to go Ennis. He wasn't very good previous seasons. He came back and he's been having a really good year with the Leafs. I do see it being a very close final for the trophy. I think the top 2 are going to be Ennis and Pageau. But, right. I mean, no one really knows. I guess we'll figure out on, night before the draft?
NHL Awards. I'm going to get my pick right now, too. I'm going to say, and don't think I'm being biased here, because I'm genuinely not. I think Tyler Ennis is going to take it because, again, like Ryan said, he's had, some worse years in the past few seasons, and it was a complete career revival with Toronto. He's really earned his spot to be here. He showed his dedication. He came to the rink every day, worked hard, and every time he's been in the lineup, he's done something. He hasn't just been he's been off the score sheet a couple of times, but he's been helping out as much as he could on the ice.
And he's been doing good. He's actually doing good for the first time since the Buffalo years.
Oh, I know. So my pick is Tyler Ennis. Before we end it here, I just want to say RIP Hurricanes storm surge. They're the last one of the year, and they just lost to Washington. By the way, the Washington has officially clinched a playoff spot. They beat Carolina 3-2 tonight. So, this season the Hurricanes finished off their storm surge. So that's it for the season.
Yep, rest of the games is the road.
Yeah, we play them Sunday.
Indeed, they are. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Proshot Podcast. Again, this has always been your host, Tyler Rains, alongside with Ryan Gatto and Cameron Reeser.
Finally back.
If you like the podcast, don't forget to subscribe to it. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook. And also feel free to check out Ryan Gatto has actually started up his own clothing brand. So we will put the link to the description of his website there. Check that out, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.